Hallo alle zusammen, es tut mir leid, dass ich heute nicht da bin, aber daher kriegt ihr dieses tolle Video. Hi everyone, I am really sorry that I'm not there today, but because of that you guys are going to get this great video. We are going to start by talking about the English preposition to and some additional words that mean to in German, depending on how you're using them. Doing a little activity with that, and then you guys are going to be doing a writing activity for which I want to make sure that you guys have your vocab. So if not, you're going to share vocab. So the English to start. Of course, what you have learned so far is that zu and nach mean to, right? So you guys already know those two prepositions as meaning to. However, when you're asking the question wohin, and then using the answers an, auf, or in, these also can mean to. Now, when you did the meaning of the two-way prepositions, you guys had on top of, so on horizontal surface, on vertical surface, or in, but you guys had the comma, and then all of these also said to. Now, because this is only when you're asking wohin, that means in all cases that has to be accusative, right? So anytime that you're answering with the meaning to for these three prepositions, it has to be an accusative case. Now, the first one, an, is specifically used with, for example, bodies of water. So if you're saying that you're going to be next to something like a lake, ich fahre an den See. So you're driving to the lake and you're going to be by that lake or at that lake. You're going to say, I drive to the lake, accusative case, and an. Or another thing could be, if you're going to walk over to the door, ich gehe an die Tür. Right? You're not in the door, you're not through the door, you're at the door. So I'm going to the door. Ich gehe an die Tür. Anything else as far as bodies of water like ocean, das Meer, all of those things would work as well. One funny one that we also say is ich gehe ans Telefon. Okay, so ans Telefon. Here the S, of course, being your S from das. So that was an plus das becomes ans. And it's ans Telefon means I'm going to the phone, means you're answering the phone. Right? So when you're answering the phone, you're going to say ans. So those are our an combinations that are pretty typical. Okay, the second one that we have is in. Now again, this means in or into, but also means to by itself. And this is typically used whenever you're saying something is within a place. So if you're saying that you're going into the kitchen, right? Going to the kitchen, you're of course going to be inside the kitchen whenever you say that. So ich gehe in die Küche. Or if you're saying you're going to a concert, you would say ich gehe ins Konzert. Now it's going to be a building, it's going to be inside, so you have ins Konzert. And again, that S is from in das, and that is your compound that you guys learned previously. So within a place, you have in when you're saying to. And the last one, and this one is honestly not very common. It is a very formal way to use the word auf, and it is literally used in place of zu. Now when we use it, it is in phrases that are very, very formal, like ich gehe auf die Post, which means you're going to the post office. So it's sort of an official place. So thus you could say ich gehe auf die Post, or ich gehe aufs Rathaus. Again, here's your combination. And Rathaus is your town hall. Ich gehe aufs Rathaus. So those are very formal places. Both of these people commonly will use zu instead of auf, but auf is also correct. Okay. So here's a quick book activity that I want you guys to complete, and you're going to be choosing between an, auf, in, and ins, or ans, auf, in, and ins. So what you're going to do is, here's the example. You have man will Schweizerdeutsch hören, and die Schweiz would be the answer from the choice bank if you had one. And you're actually going to ask a question first, so do this in pairs. Wohin geht man, wenn man Schweizerdeutsch hören will? So you're restating it as a question. And then the second person would answer, man geht in die Schweiz. So in is the one that you're using with die Schweiz, and you're going to do it as a man phrase. Really quick, in case you guys didn't learn how to use man. Man, anytime you use it with one N, just means one or anyone. And you're going to conjugate for third person singular because it's just a he, she, or an it, right? Any one person is man. So I want you guys to go through. There's 2 groups of 5. What I'd like you guys to do is work in pairs. Have one person do the first 5 and another person do the second 5. Sub, please pause the video. Okay, now that you guys are done with that, please keep those in mind. Make sure you use all of your vocab. What I want you guys to do is, in your composition books individually, you're going to complete a little writing activity. Start on a new page, make sure you date it, and put this number 8-15, Ich und mein Zimmer. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw a quick plan of your room. Make sure that it's big enough so that you can label things and I can see where everything is. And then you're going to write a description about your room. What you need to do is, you can use these example sentences. Make sure you skip every other line, and make sure that afterwards I would be able to draw your room based on this little description. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exactly like it is in your room. Nothing is moving, so you're going to use dative case, but write a neat little description. This is a little preview of a project we're going to do later when this chapter is completely wrapped up.